as much as what you'd like, but you know, I think we're seeing some signs of guys getting adjusted to our systems. We put quite a bit in offensively and defensively today. Specifically, we did quite a bit of pressures and blitzes, so that slowed some things down for our offense. I think they're swimming a little bit. Really pleased with the progress on the punt team. You know, the previous day we had a ton of blocks, and you know, our operation time and what we're doing there got much better. So I was encouraged about that. I don't think we received one concussion today. We'll get some more information as we go, but outside of that, we're fairly healthy. So questions?
I know you've liked the run game from the backs, the tight ends. How would you say the offensive line's been coming along?
Well,
so
the
far?
offensive line, I think, has got, you know, we're changing schemes, and that's having an impact. We're probably not as far as long as what we'd like. I know we're not as far as long as what Coach Fuchs would like. And, you know, I think some elements of the run game are good. I think we're still, you know, you don't get a lot of yardage running east and west. And I think we're still, our backs got to get in the mindset of getting north and south a little bit more. I don't know if we made as much progress today as what we'd like. We'll look at the tape, but I saw too many times our backs are probably skedaddling around too much instead of sticking the foot in the ground and going north and south. And so that's a learning process as well.
Coach, you've talked about the defensive line, and you just mentioned you put in blitzes. What about the linebacking core? What are you seeing out of that group?
Well, you know, we're probably behind there a little bit. A lot of it, we run a pro style. You know, we're Tampa too, a pure NFL system on defense, and as a result of that, there's a lot that goes on, and linebackers had. You know, most college systems, the linebackers are in their gaps and they don't have to move around a bunch, but our guys do a lot, and so we're in a process there. You know, Coach Standard is doing a great job with them, and we've got a pretty seasoned group of guys, but they, you know, it's just all new, and it is very complicated.
Coach, what have you seen so far from the safeties? Seems like not quite as much depth as corner positions. What have you seen from them so far?
You know, I think we're probably deep. You're right on your assessment. I think our corners have probably come to the forefront a little bit more, and there's going to be a lot of times we'll probably play with three of them. You know, so much of the safety that depends on run fits, and I know that, you know, most time people think of safeties as deep middle players, and we'll have a deep middle player, deep half players occasionally, but our safeties are going to be actively involved, and so a lot will show up on Saturday in the scrimmage.
You know, Craig, you still have another practice before the scrimmage, but I'm sure you're anxious to get more of evaluation. Do you know how that'll be? Will it be a lot of ones versus ones, ones versus twos? Have you even got to the planning of the scrimmage yet?
I've got it in my head. You know, we'll do rotations of ones versus ones and twos versus twos, and I think most of the time, you know, and we'll make adjustments after that scrimmage, and you know, how many reps we'll take is going to be contingent upon our health at that time. But I think it's going to need to be a pretty robust day. I think you know, there's only so much you can do defensively when you're tagging off, and the NCAA limits the number of times you can go a live tackle to the ground, and Saturday's going to need to be one of them. And you know, there's a big difference between a guy looking like he can make a tackle and the ones that actually can.
I haven't seen Patterson out there with the quarterbacks. Craig, is he out or is he?
Yeah, you know what? He's working on academics right now. Yep. So.